I got this contract to rescue a Kerbal, Wafflebird in solar orbit. I fortunately didn't read the parameters of the contract closely enough before accepting it, because if I... Let's actually... Whoops. Here, we can see him here. There is Wafflebird inside of Moho's orbit. Very expensive rescue to do. So what I ended up doing over the past couple of episodes is putting together, well, this big monstrosity. Requires about 15.5 kilometers per second in order to get Wafflebird and bring him back. So, and for those people that might have a similar contract, I wouldn't follow what I did. I just started getting silly. Sometimes you get silly and you get a silly idea, and then you just keep compounding that silly idea. My silly idea is that Wafflebird would go inside there where I have the grabber. I just grab his whole capsule, and then why won't this close? That's interesting. There it is. I was clicking on the wrong thing. And then he would, you know, this whole thing has heat shields around it, but it's way heavier than what it needs to be, so I needed a large rocket. And even last episode when I was trying to build the launcher to get this thing up into orbit, which you can see I finally did do, I was getting frustrated. And I finally just said, the hell with it, and I took out most of the fuel out of this thing and just launched it anyway. So what we still have to do is we still have to fuel it. And then I realized I didn't put a docking port on it, so I had to get Jebediah and Bill to come up in this vehicle, and they did attach a docking port. They're docked to said docking port right now. And then I realized after the stream, it was somebody in the YouTube comments pointed out, you don't have an antenna on this thing either. There is no antenna, so we got to bring an antenna. Once we're outside, very far from Kerbal, we're going to end up losing connection with this, so we'll have to bring up an antenna. So I'm going to have to leave Jeb and Bill up here for just a little bit to facilitate the attaching of said antenna, and then we got to build a fuel barge. So that is the plan, to bring up a couple of fuel and hopefully get this thing going on its way. So let's head back to the Space Center. I got obsessed with doing it in a single launch, which is dumb. If I launched that thing in parts, it would have been so much easier. And again, I also went into it with absolutely no pre-plan at all. So that was... everything about it was just ill-conceived. But we'll try and get it done. Now, another issue I am running into is I am starting to run tight on funds. I only have 367,000 and change left in my funds department. So funds might get tight. I hope I can build me a couple of fuel barges and get this show on the road. If I can't, well, I do have a lot of contracts that I've yet to really do. And I'll have to pick some of the more easier fruit ones that are here and get some more funds coming in. You can see there's funds, like for instance, yeah, new orbital station around Minmus is almost 100,000 funds right there. So if I don't have the money for the fuel barge, then I'll have to do that. Now, before I really do get going, I do have to welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patron. I always like to do this at the beginning of these streams. So welcome aboard there, MP. I can't even read my own thing there. MP Offshore. It's because it is behind the lights of... There we go. MP Offshore, welcome very much. Thank you very much, and welcome to the Patreon and YouTube member crew. And of course, a very special thank you to all of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who continue to support even goofy missions like this one. So why don't we actually warp to Sunrise? Oh, there is. I see there's a lost connectivity. I'm a little bit worried. Our internet here seems to be a little bit flaky. Right now it seems to be fine. I don't know what to say. There's really nothing I can do about it. It seems to be an external problem to me. So hopefully the internet will hang on. If not, if things are bad at your end, just let me know. Okay, so... building a fuel barge. Let's get into building a fuel barge. So I did work out how much liquid fuel I need. I need about 28,000 units of liquid fuel to fill that thing up. I don't think I'm going to do that in one go, and what I think I'll do is build a barge that can do half of that and just simply launch it twice. So we'll start off with, what's the bigger, this is the bigger one, right? Yeah. Start off with the bigger one here. I think the best plan is to right away get into the Mark III parts. Right here, because you can use all the Mark III fuselage parts. So like for instance this one, take the oxidizer out. Yeah, let's take the oxidizer out, and I have the large, not the rocket fuel one, but the liquid fuel one. That one. And we can take a look here. It's giving me a total count of how much liquid fuel I have so far. That is 11,000 units of liquid fuel so far, so that's pretty good start. What if I get one of these on here? That is now up to 13,625. Okay, that's getting close. Gonna have to also push it, so I really got to think about something like this. Now, what kind of engine would go on the bottom? Now, I want to turn off these tanks because I don't want to use the fuel that's in them. And same with this guy up at the top. What kind of motor will push this is the next question. So if I take my motor, can I get away with a poodle? That would be lovely, but I can't imagine I will. That's 0.27. No, let's go bigger than a poodle. That's the mainsail. What about a skipper? That would be like the next one up. 0.69, 634 meters per. Remember, this isn't the whole. This is just the fuel in this bit here. I think I can probably massage that to orbit. Let's take a look up here at the top. So let's see. We got this. Need some reaction wheels. The big ones there, and we're gonna need some sort of closure. Is that the right? No. Let's go to the 2.5 meter size. I have the toughest time with all the adapter pieces. This guy. Yeah, that's good. Again, take the oxidizer out. There, and put on at the very, very top, because it is going to have to dock one of the shielded Clampetron guy. So that'll do that. It also is going to need some RCS and stuff, but this is just sort of getting it going. So I got 15,000 units of liquid fuel. That's more than enough. I got, yeah, I think 0.67. I think this will work. Oh, you think yours is on your end there, John? That's good. Oh, one of the things, too, that was frustrating me last week was my mouse. I have a new mouse. I bought a new mouse. I finally gave up on the old one. It worn out, and it was really on the clicking and dragging business. Like, if I was doing that, it was slipping off the drag. And when I was adjusting the staging, it was driving me crazy. Okay, antenna. Before I forget an antenna, I'm going to go with the Communitron 8888. We'll just stick that right there. And again, that's not for this thing. That is for... there. That is for the rescue vehicle. Okay, and let's see. I think that all looks good, good. RCS this is going to require to do a little bit of docking. So let's get the 2.5 meter, make that one. Actually, we don't need as much as that. Come on. It's just got a dock and vamoose. The Stratus 5, yeah, these guys. Put on... It is big, so let's put on three of these, like so. That should do it. And got electricity. How much electricity is already being stored here? Oh, only 30 units of electric charge. So let's deal with that with a 1000 K1000 battery. That'll be surely enough. And RCS blocks. So let's get the center of mass on here. Gonna have to get the big guys. Yep. Just go 4-way symmetry. That should do it. Just equal size of the center. I won't be using up a lot of fuel. This thing will be largely getting there. There we go. Again, where's Kerbal Engineer? Oh, over here. I've been really getting bad at forgetting things, but I think that's largely gonna get her done. So I'll go with the monoprop. It's okay. Somebody's suggesting going with the Verners. I just find, like, how much thrust is on these guys? Nah, I'm not gonna. I don't think so. No. They're too much thrust. They're too big. We'll go with the added monoprop. It's okay. Probably, yeah, it's fine. Thinking too much. Okay, let's get a stage under it and then a bunch of radial boosters, and let's see if we can get this thing in orbit. Now I'm only at 41,000 Kerbal so far, so that is encouraging. I'm gonna need a large-ish decoupler. Probably that though is just gonna be fine. Yeah. And then let's see. What if I went back to... I want to get to the big size. Let's get big. Let's get big. Like you. Is that? Yeah, that's that one. But I guess I need to go to size lower than that. Is that the... Am I crazy? Those are the same. Oh, of course they are. It's the same piece. That's the one I'm looking for. That one and then that one. Neither of these have... Oh, they do have liquid fuel and oxidizer in them. Good. Okay. Now, I have no idea how big I can get before I have to get, like, something like that. And then we'll put probably some tanks in between, but I just want to get some idea of how much thrust this is right now. Oop. Or am I better off just going with those? Maybe. Remember last time? What if I put nothing but mainsails under here? There we go. And can I change it so that I don't have like that? And that's a crap ton of thrust. Let's get another mainsail. And I was looking at what I was doing last time, and I think I was just not making a whole lot of sense. That is my... Nope, that is my biggest tank. Nope. There. That's a little too big. I want to get a TWR around 2-ish probably at this stage. So let's go a little smaller. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe, sneak this in. Oh, boy. Why am I on 4-way symmetry? Go away. That ain't terrible. I don't think it needs to be as big as that. Let's like that, like that, like that. Okay. And then some radial boosters. I don't think the radial boosters need to be as big as this. Yep. No, last week, I can tell you, my brain was just shorting out. I was not doing well. What if we went with these tanks with the mammoths underneath? And then we put all of these engines on at the same time, and we're also going to do some asparagus staging as well. But I'm just making sure my thrust at the bottom is super de duper. Okay, so we can wow, why? Oh, I know why that's happening. Yeah. Let's fuel lines. That will fix that. Yep. I wonder why that's so low. So when these are gone, that was bigger before. Oh, I'm missing an engine. Okay, let's undo that. That's what happened there. I don't have all my engines. I'm missing that engine. There we go. There, now I got that TW. I thought that TWR was around too. Okay, let's build up these radial boosters. But I only need... Oh my god, this is already close to getting to orbit. This is already bigger than it needs to be. Okay, we're going to scale this down. Next size down. We're going the next size down. Let's get the regular old Jumbo 64s. And just get the engines with some mainsails on the bottom of it. Again, all of this all at the same time. Because this only needs to be around 3,600, not even that. That's plenty of thrust, so let's get more tanks. Maybe another Jumbo 64 on top of this. Not quite there, but still a lot of thrust. Let's try... not that one. This one. Another Jumbo 64? Now maybe? Man, I can lift a lot with these engines. I think that's pretty good. Anything I can go maybe a smidge smaller here. I don't think I need as much as that. Why? Oh, because I have these arranged by... I was wondering, why are they in such a goofy order? There we go. Okay, what? 0.62. Oh, I'm still in Atmo, for goodness sakes. Sitting there looking there. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh, and I didn't even asparagus stage this yet. Oh my gosh, it's overdone. Overdone. Oh my golly gumps. Where are we here? There we go. I can scale this down even more. I can scale this down a ton. I didn't notice I didn't have the... So I can get smaller engines on here. Let's step this down from the mainsails down to the skippers. Yeah. Yeah. Get them all at the same time again. Yeah. Yeah. And one of these... oh, that's the wrong one again. Oh, we're going to scale here. Just like that. And slanty nose cone. I'm sure this will be just super. Aerodynamics. That should do it. Okay. And as always, when I'm building, I should be always apologizing in advance that I very, very much struggle with the chat. So I can already tell this is going faster. I'm at 186,000. Oh, it's going to be tight to launch 2 of these. We'll see. I might have to end up doing some low-lying fruit ones instead. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Center of lift, center of mass is... yeah, let's get some tail fins involved. Here, let's just... these are going to look like garbage, aren't they? That looks terrible, but I don't care. Just to bring that center of lift, center of mass downwards, and strutty struts. It's going to need a lot of them. So right here. I should have been able to get that payload last week up without having to take out the fuel. I just was not thinking correctly. Okay, we're gonna, yeah, this way. Do some auto strutting here as well. Separatrons. No, this is going to be too much. I'm going to have to do a launch in between here. I'm just realizing I'm not going to be able to do 2 of these. That's okay. I'm getting tired of your Wafflebird. Doing something like a orbital space station or something will be a nice palette cleanser. Okay, we should definitely do some auto strutting up through here, because this is a... We're going to go to the grandparent part, so each part will be attached to the part that's 2 ahead of it. I find that that just works nice and consistently. And up through here, because I can tell right away that this middle zone is going to be flimsy. One more. Oh, hello, Waffle Warrior. Things are going well. I'm in a better mood. I was in a bad mood last time. Now I'm in a much better mood. We are building ourselves a monster fuel barge. It is the monster fuel barge to fuel up. But I'm really looking at that this is costing $191,000. It's not fulfilling any kind of contract. I only have $367,000 left. I'm not going to be able to do 2 of these, which is what the station's going to require. But we'll do this one. Now, do I have... What do I have for textures? Oh, this one's only in white though, right? Yeah, it is. I'm going to do these all gray up the side. Look at that. That's a nice gray color. That. Look at that. No other colors on that. Well, see, now I do have... And again, this is a mod I installed called Simple Repaint, which gives you just... It's not too complicated, but it gives you just a variety of different... Just to do some other colors. Is there one that's sort of the gray color that matches? Hey, that's not bad. Light gray. Like, yeah. Hey, that's pretty good. And probably, can I do... Yeah, I can do it down here too. Light gray. I like it. We'll keep the middle all... Let's make the whole middle white. Oh, that doesn't have a different... Okay. We'll keep it like this. Alright, let's see what happens. See what happens. So, I'm looking at the staging. The staging is sensible. Oh, launch clamps. Just do that. Boomity boomity boom. Oh, and adjusting the thrust to weight ratio at launch. Yeah, so we'll have to bring down the thrust of these guys just a little bit. You always don't want to have more engine than what you really need. Why is that not... Oh, now it's changing. That was seemed to be a... There we go. Oh, I got 2... Oh, wow. Almost all the... I guess... Given these are 5 main sails and these are just skippers, not a lot of thrust coming from the skippers comparatively. That's why I was turning it down. It wasn't really changing it too much. That's okay. Lift us down towards the bottom. Okay. All right. Let's save and let's launch and let's see what happens. I'm honestly not used to these really the 3.5 and 5 meter scale parts, because usually I get to this point in my games and I'm just like I'm done. I'm going, time to do something new. But so this is I'm in new territory for me. Okay, this is just a test to get to orbit. I'm not going to look at getting into a rendezvous or anything with this. Just going to see how it works. So boom and boom. So up is always good. And probably again, typically I start knocking over at about 50 meters per second, but methinks I'm going to go maybe to 100 before I start doing that. given how tall this thing is. Okay, let's... drifting a little bit westward, which I don't like. Okay. Alright, knocking you over. And lock to here. Okay. Boy, we're going to be using up these side boosters pretty quick, even though the... I could have gone with much smaller engines than the Skipper. Look at the thrust limiter, way down to there. I should go to smaller engines on those, because I'm not using them anywhere near their capacity. There they go already. And now it's just on the mainsails. Yeah, I can definitely, I think, see if we can cheapen up our engines a little bit. Already reducing throttles on these guys. Just a little off course. Come on, get back on 90. Up, 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 up. Being rather abusive to it. So, less throttle. It's about a minute from apoapsis, so I'm just trying to keep that kind of roughly constant, but I need to get back on a heading of 90 degrees here. Oh, 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 come back. Ooh, that was really close to losing it there. Okay, let's see what it settles on here. Okay, now it's on a heading of 90. Gonna just go to 80 kilometers, because that's what I would normally do. And then do the rendezvous. Shouldn't be using any of the fuel in any of these bits. Nope, nope, nope. Those should all be turned off. Including the very top. Oh, I should turn that off. Remember to turn that off. But honestly, I think this went pretty good. So just about at Miko here. Boom. Main engine off. We're in space. I don't think I need any solar panels or anything. There's 1,000 units of electrical charge in here, and all it's got to do is meet its target. Okay, we're just about... I only need to add on... Oh, actually, much more than I thought. I should punch, punch, punch. Punch, punch, punch. 1,000. Yeah, we're going to get a little bit into the next stage. Sorry, I was getting lazy. I thought I had orbit easy, but I'm actually going to need to go into the next one. Should have been starting this burn earlier. Silly person. Silly person that I am. Backlock that up quickly. Okay, that's that. Stage. Yeah, that makes sense. I should have realized that was going to happen. Just want to make sure this can make it into orbit and still have a reasonable amount of delta V left. I have passed my apoapsis on full throttle. Not a lot of thrust to weight here. So it's a big boy. Here we go. Oh yeah, we got this. This was a sloppy ascent. There's still, it's going to be just under 200 meters per second left when this is all said and done. And all it's got to do is get to that. Yeah, that's more than enough for the rendezvous. Okay, got to do the ascent a little better, but wow. I think I'm going to put a little more fuel on this guy, because we're in an orbit, but just barely. Okay, let's revert flight. Yeah, the boosters are almost drop tanks, says John, and he's 100% right. So I'm going to scale, I think, everything down a little bit, because there's just, there's too much here. I'm going to put a little bit more onto this. So let's increase the size of these. So we were a little bit tight when we got to the top. I think that's a little better. Maybe even a little more. Why am I being so stingy? I got all the thrust I could ever want. Boop, boop. Where's that light gray I saw before? I guess that's light gray. Okay. Alright, so that's brought up the delta V a little bit, but I do think, so Mastodons was suggested for instead of the mainsails, because the mainsails cost 13 grand each. The Mastodon engines, which was recommended, where are they? Don't know my engines. There they are. They're only 8 grand each, 2K, 2,000 units of thrust to weight. Oh, they're actually even more. Oh, for goodness sake. So these are more thrust. Why wouldn't I do this? There we go. Yeah, that helped. That helped tremendously. It brought the price down a little bit. Might even be able to launch 2. Okay. Let's change the... There we go. And that gives me more reason to up these. So now I'm making more use of these. So it's just an adjustment of the engine balance a little bit. I got more delta V because I lost some mass, a lot more balance. I think that's much better. Much, much better. Brought down the price a little bit too. More delta V. Yeah, more delta V for cheaper. That can't be a bad thing. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, let's do it. I think. Change the host to white. Okay, let's do it. Oh, you can extend the launch clamps? Okay, I'll have to try that sometime. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my, why? Okay. Thinking I'm in the VAB, that's why. Okay. Where is my target? This is my target here. Set as a target. And, oh, it is. Just go till he's just above us. We're right here. Okay, that. That here. I could have lost these radio ones probably entirely and just made these tanks on the side, but I'm fine. I think it's okay. Okay. Oh, and drifting a little bit westward I don't like, and a little bit northward. Okay, so last time I didn't knock it over nearly enough, so I'm going to try and be a little bit more aggressive. Thought it would fall over quicker than it did. Much better. Okay, heading in 90 pretty much. Pretty much. There. Yeah. Probably could even be knocking it over even further, but that's okay. She's good. She's good. Much better than last week. Oh, I'm out. Pay attention, sir. Pay attention. Reducing throttle. These engines are so quiet. Like for basically what's supposed to be like a Saturn V bottom here. That's very, very quiet engines. Okay, so basically here I'm just keeping it locked on prograde, not putting in a lot of inputs, and just trying to keep this time to apoapsis at about a minute. Oh, it's locking to the orbital one. So just switch to orbit, so give it a little bit more throttle to keep that apoapsis still nearby. Awesome. I also know with my build last week with that thing that's sitting in orbit, I was getting mixed signals from the delta V calculations from stock and from the engineer, and I know my staging got messed. I'm not confident in how much delta V that thing has at all, but we'll see. So where's my money situation now? 197. I think I'm going to be okay. Kind of a high risk though. Might have to go back, take out a loan or something. You should let you take out loans and earn interest on it. Okay, I'm watching my apoapsis. Sorry, it's in space here at 73 kilometers. We're getting close to space ourselves. Right, just about cutting the throttle right there. Okay, and I'm gonna actually take these guys and just turn the gimbals right off on these engines. They're a little much. We'll leave the middle one, maybe put it at 50%. The gimbling is sometimes a little out of control. Okay, we're in space. Didn't put any lights on this guy. That's okay. Still got a fair amount on the periapsis, negative 384, so probably should be starting this burn in reasonable time. Ooh, it's a lot of work for those reaction wheels. It's just checking electricity there. Should have maybe put on 2 sets of these. Okay, more throttle. Locker on prograde. Come on. I might still have this low. I'm going to be very close to still having this lower stage when this is all said and done. I think I might still have it when this is all done. Catch up the apoapsis there again. Starting to get away on us a little bit. Almost in orbit. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Still got 94 meters per second left in this little stage, so it will remain as orbital debris. I am way past the point of caring about that. Let's set up our rendezvous. A little long getting to orbit, wasn't it? I am gonna have to jump ahead in orbit. Okay. Pop ahead in orbit and can't tell. Yeah, come back a little bit. Oh, the other way. Okay. Reduce this a little. being a little bit weird. There. No, that's worse going that way, this way. A slight... Do I have a slight eccentricity here? A slight inclination difference? Yeah, almost a degree difference. Okay. We'll deal. We'll deal. That's not a biggie, but we'll deal. Why? Time scale down a little bit. 4.9 kilometer separation, 4.8. Can I really not do any better than that? Wow. That is the way it's going to be. Okay, fine. It'll be that way. Bit of a plane. We'll make it work. Okay, we'll make it work. 5.3 kilometer separation for now, but we'll make it work. Okay, so that burn is coming up. Let's F5 this. Put this here. Is this still the first fuel tanker? It sure is. It sure is. Okay, that burn's coming up in 1 hour and 5 minutes. Let's just turn off SAS and make sure. Should be good for... Oh yeah, we're fine for electricity. Well, maybe I should have threw a couple of aux stats on this thing. Okay, SAS back on. Lock that on to the maneuver node. Oh, we have way too much. Here, let's take these throttles. What if I took all these outside ones and just turn them off? Wow, it still turned down that middle one. There we go. Oh, we're doing the whole burn on still this bottom tank, of course. So I've just turned off these 4 engines and turned down the throttle limiter to about 1/4 on the middle one. Just because we got a crazy thrust to weight ratio. Okay. Here comes our close approach numbers. .2, 5.1. Can I get it under 5? Yep, 4. Come on, keep going. Closer. Okay, that's it. About 4.6. Overcooked it a bit, but that was worth it. Okay, I'm still... That did not charge my electric charge. Okay, I gotta be careful about that. All right. We do have... I'm going to make a bit on about halfway along here between where we are, and we're going to do a bit of a plane change to try and fix this up. Do I need to come northwards? Northwards. There we go, and a little bit of radialness to adjust the timing. More north, a little more radial. Oh, I saw 0.3 kilometers. Let's bring it down a bit. .1. I have 0.1. Should have been happy with 0.1. Am I happy with 0.1? No, I keep fiddling with it. Now I got to be happy with 0.2. Fine, be happy with 0.2. 0.1 kilometers. There we go. So, so this is a minusculely little burn coming up. Let's put it onto the maneuver node right now because it's going to take us a while to just do that. How many tankers are necessary? There will be 2. 2 tankers necessary. Oh, I should have put on an extra set of reaction wheels. I'm hoping once I lose this bottom bit. Boy, what's my... I got a 24 meter per second here, and then my encounter speed is only 27. I don't even need this lower stage. I'm debating whether, because this thing's so tough to slug around, I'm thinking I should probably lose this. Maybe the next one I'll put an extra set of reaction wheels on it. And maybe some ox stats. I've used up about half of my electric charge. You might want to drop the bottom to save electricity. I was just thinking the same thing, Michael, just to lose this bottom half. There's hardly any fuel left in it anyway. So I don't think there's a real loss to losing it. I think I'll lose it at this stage. That's not really... We're missing it by 100 meters, so... People drop, you know, on their way to the space station, don't... they drop massive stages once they get their closest approach to the space station, don't they? That's common practice. Okay, let's get a little closer. Closer to the burn, that is. Turn this so you can see the... it's always hard to see the numbers. Okay. Just go to half throttle again. So really looking again at that intersect distance, bringing it down. It's 2 kilometers. 1 kilometer. 200 meters. There, about 100 meters. Lose that, lose that, lose that. Okay, let's think. There is... Yeah, there's no... Like, this is just about empty. Let's lose that stage. So I'm going to point myself... Oh my god, this does not want to turn. Let's lose this stage right now. So we're just gonna stage, and that can go off, do its thing. I'm gonna rearrange this for anti-target. Hopefully it'll slug around a little bit better now that this is gone, and hopefully this will miss our whole vehicle. Vehicle should be there. It is there. See if I can reduce this close encounter distance even a little further than it is. I really got to watch electricity. This was not smart. For the price of a few oxstats, this is now... I thought 1,000 units of electric charge would just be ducky, but let's see. Oh, that makes it worse. I was not expecting that. That makes it worse, so I gotta come this way. Do I use McJeb? I do not, but you know what? I am in the process. I've been talking about this for about the last month, it feels like. But I am in the Jeez, that keeps making it worse no matter what I do. Okay, let's just get ourselves closer and see what this is all about. Because I'm confused as to why that's always getting worse. I am in the process of working with an RP1 or an RP1 series. And I'm going to make it a point to use McJeb. I personally I like flying, especially like doing things like docking and stuff like that. So I typically don't use McJeb too much. But I don't see why not. Okay, now I can get a better idea of where this needs to point to reduce this distance. There we go. Now I'm bringing down that close approach distance. Oh, going up again. I think I gotta come this way now. I gotta. This stage is bothering me. We're not getting away from it quick. There we go. That's pushing it the right way. 50 meters, 30 meters. Okay, about 29 meters back onto there. And we'll get ourselves closer. Let's turn off SAS and time warp, save ourselves some electricity, hopefully. Okay, about 30 seconds away, so we'll start losing some. There we go. Oh, SAS back on again. Just try and keep that 30 seconds about a constant. Here, I can just lock it onto there now. Oh, I can see our target. Unfortunately, we're coming at it at night. It looks like these guys missed, so that's good. That stage missed. Oh, it's closer than I think. So I also got to think about doing a bit of a docking maneuver here. Okay, open this up. And control from there. And I should probably knock off. Where is... Oh, wait. I know what's going on. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, of course. Sorry. We still got to attach our antenna. Then we got to detach Jeb and Bill. Okay, let's bring our relative speed like down to almost nothing here. Because there's only one docking port on that, and Jeb and Bill are occupying it as of this moment. Hello, darkness, my old friend. What does the ambient light mod say? Oh, put it back. It keeps... I did a bit of a reinstall. I don't know if that helps. I hope that helps a bit. Oh, slow down. Slow down. Okay, there we go. Click that by mistake. Okay. Let's switch to RCS mode. Where is our antenna? There. Okay, so... Oh, this thing's gonna be a beast! Just going to come alongside. Bill's going to have to EVA, grab this antenna, stick it on there somewhere. Then they will... Actually, maybe the better plan is just to park this, disconnect the space plane. All of this ill-conceived stuff, I tells ya. Yeah, I think that's probably the better, because navigating this thing is going to be a pain. So, oh shoot. Let's very quickly... Oh well. Actually, that might help with attitude control anyway. Just going to bring it to a stop. I'm really having trouble telling which way is which. This way? And No, this way. Bring our relative speed down to 0 now. I just put the retrograde vector right onto where the ship is. Okay, that's good. So we're parked.